Drama, that's a hard set. Hater, that's a hard set. Bitter with no reason in the middle, that's a hard set. Wicked, that's a hard set. Righteous, that's a hard set. Still do it when the world don't like us, that's a hard set. Drama, that's a hard set. Hater, that's a hard set. Bitter with no reason in the middle, that's a hard set. Wicked, that's a hard set. Righteous, that's a hard set. Still do it when the world don't like us, that's a hard set. Big strip, all I seen the carrot, law ambassador. Big chick, got me feeling merry and spectacular. Fell out, never fall again. Took me for a spin, held off, put a lot in friends who were all pretend. All this thing, made it out the bucket, but no bottom feeder. Big bread, but I like it flat, like I'm baking Peter. Living free, ain't no puffing up, gotta eat it slowly, set apart. Ain't no holy moly, I come from the lowly section 8, brother from that section. Ain't no false impression on the move, got a job to finish, time is of the essence. But how she gave us the rules, leave us there you choose. This the life, got a point to prove. I don't feel the ghouls with the mighty iron, sharpen iron. Catch me with that kind, on that law, couldn't find my meaning. Then I got to find love, I'm clutching round after round. It be hard, I'm busting, I'm pro-life. You should join the league, teach you how to breathe. Trauma, that's a hard set. Hater, that's a hard set. Bitter with no reason in the middle.
What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? How y'all doing? It's August already. Feel like yesterday it was just the New Year's, man. This time is flying. It is flying on by. I hope everybody's doing blessed and doing wonderful. It's good times in the earth, despite the craziness all around. It's good times, if you have the perspective of the fact that the saints will be preserved. When the Exodus happened and everything was going down and all the craziness was happening in Egypt, there was always Goshen was always good. Where the Hebrews were was good. Yeah, we had inconveniences because if you worked and your primary job was fisherman, it's kind of hard to do your job when all the fish dead because the rivers is blood. If you out here and you are trying to get your crops in, it's kind of hard to get your crops in when there's a bunch of giant locusts. It had an effect on us, but we weren't really hit with all the craziness of it all. We just had to learn how to basically trust in Yah. And that's what I believe Yah is doing again during this time. He's teaching us how to trust in him again, how to, despite the insanity of what's going around, to instead get closer to him so that we could be safe in this time of calamity versus trying to trust in the world and trust in this system. If you trust in the system, you're going to catch the sword. I'm sorry. There's no other way around it. If you're not totally locked in on Yah and have really divorced mammon and divorced your own soul way of doing things, you're going to get caught up in the foolishness. That's just how that goes. And this is pretty much why a lot of the times I primarily aim at heart matters. To get at that fruit, you got to make sure your citrus look good before the Most High to get that fruit right. Because, I noticed one thing just here before this thing started. I looked at some of my videos and I'm like, interesting. All the videos I do about the fruit, ain't nobody trying to see that. But when I want to talk about all these other things that in the grand scheme of things ain't gonna matter when you get before the Most High Yah, everybody love that. Talk about the Amorites, talking about the nonsense that's going on in the world. Everybody show up for that, but nobody want to get their fruit right. And that's where we have things backwards. Niggas want to argue with you when it comes, talking about Amorites and all this stuff, but they silent when it comes time to talk about living right and before sitting before the Most High and being right. These are the things that will truly matter. And this is why a remnant will be spared, because not that the Most High just want to kill off everybody and only leave a remnant. It's only because a remnant are going to be the ones that trust in him, that listen to his word, that hear that still small voice and don't go after that nonsense that be yelling loud in your flesh. And the only way to do that is to get your citrus right. You have to walk in the fruit of the spirit. You have to understand the ways of Yahusha and follow after the way. He is the way. You have to follow his way. A lot of us still be wanting to do things our way and how we want to do things and how we think things should be done. And that's what we finna talk about today. Because a lot of us is out here killing Uzzah, and we need to stop it. We need to stop it. Uzzah has been suffering for a long time. Christianity has a lot of Uzzahs out here suffering. There's a lot of Uzzahs getting breached on. And we're gonna talk about that tonight. We're gonna go over a few things. So what I'm gonna do here, gonna pop open, our favorite thing. We're gonna head into the blue letter, and we just gonna get straight into the word and let the word speak and let us walk and see what Yah is saying. So we're gonna start here back in our first Exodus. So we're gonna start here in Numbers 20, verse 1. And I'm gonna read this through. In the first month of all the children, all the children of Israel came into the wasteland of Zin and put their tents in Kadesh. There death came to Miriam, and they put her body to rest in the earth. That's an interesting way. I thought that was interesting when I read that. Death came to. That was a very interesting way of putting it. And there was no water for the people, and they came together against Moses and Aaron. So you know how our people get. You know how here it is. And the people were angry with Moses and said, if only death had overtaken us when our brothers came to their death before the Lord. Why have you taken the Lord's people into this waste for death to come to us and for our cattle there? Why have you made us come out of Egypt into this evil place? There is no place of seed or figs or vines or other fruits, and there is no water for drinking. Then Moses and Aaron went away from the people to the door of the tent of meetings, and falling on their faces there, they saw the glory of Yah. And Yah said to Moses, take the rod, you and Aaron, your brother, and make all the people come together before their eyes. Give orders to the rock to give out its water, and so make water come out of the rock for them, and give the people and their cattle drink. And Moses took the rod from before the Most High, and as he gave him orders. And Moses and Aaron made the people come together in front of the rock. And he said to them, give ear now, you people whose heart are turned from the Lord. Are we to get water for you out of the rock? And lifting up his hand, Moses gave the rock 2 blows with his rod, and water came streaming out, and the people and their cattle had drink enough. Then Yahuwah said to Moses and Aaron, because you had not enough faith in me to keep my name holy before the children of Israel, you will not take this people into the land which I have given them. These are the waters of Meribah, because the children of Israel went against the Lord, and they saw that he was holy among them. So on this little passage, we've always had it taught that Moses was upset with the people, and they made him mad, and he hit the rock, and all of these different things. But when we really look at this, look at what was going on in this situation. So you got all these folks out here. They got all these cattle and stuff to feed. You got women with their babies and stuff, and they already don't want to be out there. They already missing the comforts of Starbucks. They missing the fact that there was a 24-hour Walmart when we're back in America. They're missing the fact that I don't have my AC no more. I can't ride around in my little luxury car no more. I don't have my 5-bedroom house with my nice comfortable chairs no more. I don't have all these little imaginary things that Babylon gave to me that I deemed were so amazing. I don't have these things no more, and now I'm crying and I'm mad. So this is obviously stressing out Moses. He's had his time. He stressed out. Aaron stressed out. They tired of all this mess. So the Most High gave them an order. Why did he not do that? Why did he not speak to the rock? It's just like the Most High said. He didn't have enough faith. And plus, Moses thought that it would show better by hitting. It shows more authoritative. It was more, I got to show them. And now, mind you, this is showing that this whole situation is so amazing, and there's so much you can glean from it, because even though he didn't follow the command to the letter that the Most High gave him, the rock still produced water. The people were still fed. the Most High is going to provide for his people. But what he did was punish Moses and Aaron, because Moses did it the wrong way, and Aaron stood there and didn't stop him and not say nothing. Aaron should have said, hold up, bro. We was told to talk to the rock. Don't hit it. Talk to the rock. But both of them felt like hitting it was more effective, because that would show off. It's something that's born within them. That was something that they had control over. See, a lot of times when the Most High will give us a thing to do. We'll have like a thing in our mind that we're good at, that we know we can do this thing, or something that we were familiar with, because again, he had hit the rock, but he had done these types of things before where he struck his staff in all these different occasions. So he's like, I've already, slapped stuff with my staff all the time. I threw the staff on the ground, it became a snake, you know what I'm saying? I slapped the waters and they became blood and all that. Like, I did all this before. So why don't I just go and do it the way that I'm comfortable with doing it? I'm gonna go and I'm going to exercise this order that the Most High gave me, but I'm gonna do it in a way that I'm comfortable with. I'm gonna do it in a way that makes me feel at ease, and then also shows the folks that, hey, it is what it is. Y'all out here talking crap. I'm gonna let y'all know we still got this. That's the problem. We want to do things our way because it's for the Most High and we think it's a good idea. Even if it was an occasion before where he did hit rocks and he did use the staff to hit things, you have to use what the Most High gave you according to his will. This is the biggest thing that Christianity has put the nonsense in us in that we have to overcome. Because a lot of times we want to do something because it's a good idea. We want to do something because we think about it. Oh, I'm good at it. I could do it like this and this, because you're comfortable there. You're comfortable in that skill set. You're comfortable in that area. So now you're going to move and do something because you're comfortable. But did the Most High tell you to move and do it that way? Did the Most High tell you to take that gift that he gave you and to use it in the way that you're going to use it? We have to learn this one key thing. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just because you can does not mean you should. I'm going to say it one more time. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. We need to seek Yah on everything, especially if we're doing it for his people, especially if we're doing it to go and say that we're doing the will of the Most High. Because guess what? There's a lot of ignorant, stupid, about to break hell open, rebellious jokers that think that they can take Christmas and reclaim it for the Most High. It was dedicated to a devil, but we're going to reclaim it. I still remember that foolish Amorite behind Datton. He's a Christian rapper of the Spain origin. He's one of the colonizers. They just take our stuff and want to just run with it. Not only taking the music that we make, but also the text and the books that we wrote and our ancestors wrote, and want to be like, oh, I can go and I take Christmas and I claim it back for the Most High. The Most High don't ask you to do nothing. You arrogant. Man, I have no nice words. You arrogant person. No, you're an arrogant bastard. I'm going to say it like I said, because the Father is not in heaven. You're an arrogant bastard. Your Father is not in heaven. You're arrogant. You think you could just do what you want to do because you can. A lot of times the Most High will ask you to do something that you don't want to do, that you feel the most nervous about, that you think is the craziest thing ever. Do you think Gideon was thrilled about running up on an army with 300 niggas and instruments? They running around with instruments and basically slinging together pots and pans, screaming, sword of the Lord and Gideon. They didn't fire not one arrow, didn't sling not one sword. Matter of fact, he told them to leave all that. Why do you think he made him get rid of people along the way? And he left only 300, not only to show his mighty will, but if you have a people who is designed and conditioned to trust in their own strong arm, to trust in their own hand, to think that because they've done it before with the sword, they can swing the sword now and get this victory, just like Moses, who swung his staff before, thought that he could do this with the rock. And as a result, him and Aaron suffered a loss. They didn't even get to go to the promised land. They both died. Eleazar replaced Aaron, and Joshua replaced Moses. They got replaced. They suffered a huge loss because they didn't seek Yah before they use Yah's ability. See, everybody want to get up and want to get on the microphone. Everybody want to correct everybody. Everybody want to be the biggest what's the word I'm looking for? Of a subject matter expert, a SME. They want to be the biggest subject matter expert when it comes to the Bible. They want to be seen as a great teacher and have this great deepness. I was talking about this with my brother this week about a person we know. This nigga since the 90s, and we've known this dude has always trying to, early 2000s. Since we've known this dude has been out here trying to be this, what my mom used to say, they try to be a wonder. They want to come out and be this amazing thing. So they just do stuff because they think this is what you're supposed to do, because they think that this is how that rolls. Let me show y'all another example. We're going to come over here to Acts, and I'm going to start at Acts 19:11. Acts 19:11. And Yah wrought special miracles by the hands of Paul, so that from his body were brought unto the sick handkerchiefs or aprons, and the diseases departed from them, and the evil spirits went out from them. Do you know that? Let me go and finish. I'm going to finish. Then certain of the vagabond Jews, the Hebrews, the ones that were out wandering around, they were exorcists. They took upon them to call over them which had evil spirits the name of Yah, saying the name of the Lord Yahusha, saying, we adjure you by Yahusha, whom Paul preaches. Now, notice the phrasing in this. They said they took upon them. They weren't called by the Most High. They weren't dispatched by the Messiah, because the Messiah was out here dispatching his disciples. The reason why those that he sent out 2 by 2 were able to have miracles happen, because the Messiah sent them. They were given a charge. They were given an order to go and do a thing. And they went and did it under the name and under the protection of the Most High. But these silly niggas, they were out here doing this, and they were the 7 in Acts 19:14. There were the 7 sons of one Sceva, a Jew, and a chief of the priests, which did so. So they were priests. They were priests. They were priests by blood. They were a son of the Hebrew priest, and they knew that they were priests in this instance. Why did it not work for them? Because we see in 19:15, and the evil spirit answered and said, Yahusha I know, Paul I know, but who are ye? And the man in whom the evil spirits was leaped on them and overcame them and prevailed against them, so that they fled out of that house naked and wounded. Had them niggas running naked and scared, because they went out before the order. They weren't ordered by the Messiah. Paul had a whole experience that brought him to that place, and he was given authority and an order to do so. They had no authority. The Messiah had not given them authority to do what they were doing. They thought that because they were sons of priests, and that's what they did when they wandered around, that they can do this in the name of Yahusha and then Paul. They come in to Yahusha through Paul instead of going to Yahusha directly. They don't even understand the order here. They don't even understand this is the crazy thing. People be out here trying to command wind and rain. Oh, yeah, we command this, and oh, I command it. You don't even understand how things work. You don't even understand authority. Do you know that there are, according to the book of Enoch, there are actual spirits that the Most High has assigned to various parts of nature that oversee the laws of heaven and earth? And you sitting here trying to mess with something, you don't even know what you're doing. You have no idea what you're doing. It's like you have a plug. If anybody who knows, when you see your washer and dryer, the plug for the washer and dryer is different than the plug in your living room or in your bedroom, because it takes a different type of power. You had these silly niggas bringing a plug that you would have on a stereo and trying to plug it into where a washing machine goes. Brother, you're not equipped to tap into that. You're not equipped to gain access to that power. You do not have authority. This is why we can't just be out here trying to beef and battle with everybody. We can't be out here trying to run and fight demons all the time. We have to fight what we are told to fight. Let's go to 2 Samuel. 2 Samuel 5:17. But when the Philistines heard they had anointed David king over all of Israel, all the Philistines came up to seek David, and David heard of it and went down to the hold. The Philistines also came and spread themselves in the valley of Rephaim. For those who don't know, the Rephaim is the giants. Those are the sons, not no sons of Seth. I know lots of people like to say, Cain. I'm sorry, sons of Cain. Cain was the serpent seed. That's bull crap. That's a lie. That's stupid Amorite garbage that they've thrown into the Bible. The serpent seed is a real seed that is descended from human and angels mixed together. It is no Seth and Cain. There is actually supernatural creatures and humans. That is what this is. So I just want to kick that in the curb, because I heard somebody listening to earlier this week try to make that, say that same connection, and I'm like, no, that's incorrect. That's not the serpent seed. This is why that they went and the Philistines spread themselves in the valley of the Rephaim. The Philistines had what? Giants. That's where Goliath came from. So don't let them try to tell you, giant just means he was a big man. That means he had a lot of power and authority and he was strong. That's that stupid philosophical Amorite crap. It is crap. Put it in a diaper, throw it outside, throw it in the fire, because it's garbage. That is garbage. That is just anybody who teaches you that is just trying to teach you away from the truth. They're either deluded themselves or they're trying to delude you. So when the real Rephaim and the Nephilim come back, you'll be ignorant and don't even realize that you're looking at your enemies in the face. You'll join them. So sorry for that little aside. I just got triggered by remembering that. And we're going to go to 5:19. And David inquired of the Lord, saying, shall I go up to the Philistines? Wilt thou deliver them into mine hand? And the Lord said unto David, go up, for I will doubtless deliver the Philistines into thine hand. And now, mind you, David was just anointed the king. He was fighting all these battles. He knew that, he could go up there and beat them. He knew that they had it. But even though they had assembled themselves against him, David didn't just say, they at my door, I'm going to go out there and fight them. God anointed me king. I'm the king, so I'm going to go do it. No. David stopped and he sought the Lord. He inquired of Yahuwah, saying, shall I go up to the Philistines? Wilt thou deliver them into mine hand? And Yah said unto David, go up, for I will doubtless deliver the Philistines into thine hand. See, we got to understand this is a kingdom. Just because you are given things, what you are given is only given to you at the behest and the mercy of the giver, which is Yahusha. You are only given things at his mercy and at his behest. So we should seek him before we do anything. Especially if we about to make major moves, you need to seek the Most High. You're thinking about writing a book? Seek the Most High. Is that just a good idea, or is that what the Most High wants you to do? You're thinking about going and starting a new job? Seek the Most High. Ask him if this is where he wants to lead you, or if a lot of us, again, speaking from this side of the ether to the back, sometimes you'll be wanting and expecting a certain answer, and when that answer comes that you don't like, you're like, did I really hear from the Most High? Is that really, is that really like what you're saying? Because it goes against your flesh. This is I see this a lot in the church. The church is notorious for this type of mess where they be saying stuff. I remember back in the name it, claim it days, you had niggas going broke because they believed that God was going to give them a Lexus. So they going out here laying hands on Lexuses and naming and claiming it. Meanwhile, this nigga make $15 an hour working at the warehouse. You can't afford a Lexus, my guy. If the Most High was going to teach you how to get a Lexus, he will increase your station. He will give you the knowledge and the wisdom to increase your hands. No, you want the things and not the process. And that's what inquiring of Yah will make you do. It'll make you go through the process. And as you go through that process, you got to do it Yah's way, or you're going to get destroyed. And now we're going to go to our titular character. Everybody know about this. 2 Samuel 6:1. This is after he had gone and won over the Philistines. He feeling good. They got the Ark of the Covenant back, They just done went and won. He done got this big victory. He got a big procession going back. They playing instruments. They feeling good. And he like, yo, we gonna take the Most High in glory. We ain't finna just have two niggas can't. No. We ain't finna have just Levites carrying this on their shoulder. No. Wouldn't it be more grand if we had a cart and we had those soldiers walking along that cart, and that big majestic cart comes rolling into Jerusalem, and everybody's praying? I know David had a grand vision. He was like, yes, this will be great. This is awesome. It's more efficient. It's faster because we can move faster because we don't have to wait for the Levites and give them chances to rest and swap the ark and everything. We're good. We have everything set. This is the greatest idea. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, sorry. Can anybody hear me? I see somebody say something about sound. Did the sound go out? Did my sound go out? Y'all give me a 1 if you can hear me. I don't think the sound went out, but let me know if anything happened. I see my sound levels are still up. So I'm going to keep going. I don't see nobody saying that they else can't hear me, but I see somebody did, but I see my sound levels are good. Yeah, okay. I appreciate you, Warrior. I appreciate you. So we're going to start 2 Samuel 6:1. All right, cool. I appreciate y'all that let you know y'all can hear. I appreciate that. I was just making sure. Again, David gathered together all the chosen men of Israel, 30,000. And David arose and went with all the people that were with him from Baal of Judah to bring up thence the ark of God of Yahushua, which name is called by the name of Yahuwah of hosts, or Yahuwah Seovah, the Yah of hosts, Lord of hosts, Yahuwah Seovah, that dwelleth between the cherubims. I see. It was buffering. Okay. I appreciate that. And he said that host that dwelleth between the cherubims. And they set the ark of Yah upon a new cart and brought it out of the house of Abinadab that was in Gibeah. And Uzzah and Ahio, the sons of Abinadab, drove the new cart. And they brought it out of the house of Abinadab, which was at Gibeah, accompanying the ark of Yahuwah when Ahio went before the ark. And David and all the house of Israel played before the Yahuwah on all manner of instruments made of fir wood, even on harps and on psalteries and on timbrels and on cornets and on cymbals. They was having a whole party for the Most High Yah. They was out here singing praises. This was a grand procession. I got to get y'all to see this because a lot of times we just read the Bible, but we don't really read the Bible. We just read it as words on a page. See it in your mind. See them traveling down these paths, traveling through these woods and traveling through these cities and around these cities with this big procession of people playing instruments, playing and singing before the Most High. And you got this majestic ark being drugged by this on this cart, and all these people are going before it and then behind it, just playing music, and it's a big thing. So David was like, yeah, this is it. This is how we're supposed to do it, because honestly, that looks good for the prestige of a king. That I not only have the Ark of the Covenant, and again, David more than likely did it with his own right heart, thinking I can quickly get this the ark back to Jerusalem with the cart, and we can roll through, and it'll be great. The Most High can ride in style. We gonna have him looking good. We got him up we put a Cadillac together. We cut the roof out of it. We finna put it in here. It's finna be grand. Uzzah, you drive the car. And when they came to Nachon's threshing floor, Uzzah put forth his hand to the ark of Yah and took hold of it, for the oxen shook it. And the anger of Yah was kindled against Uzzah, and Yah smote him there for his error. And there he died by the ark of Yah. And David was displeased because Yah had made a breach upon Uzzah, and he called that name of that place Perez Uzzah to this day. And David was afraid of Yah that day and said, how shall the ark of Yah come to me? So David would not remove the ark of Yah unto him until the city of David. But David carried it inside the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite. And now everybody who's reading the rest of the story, Obed-Edom and them started coming up because of the ark. See, because things didn't work out his way, David felt some type of way. He was afraid, and he got in his feelings because he's like, dang, man, why he killed Uzzah? Like, this was supposed to be good. Like, why is he doing this? Like, what's going on? Like, why is he not doing this? Now, had David stopped and brought the priest forward and said, hey, y'all, how are we supposed to carry this thing? How are we supposed to do this? Or call some wise men and call some counsel and was like, hey, y'all, how are we supposed to carry the presence of the Most High back to Jerusalem where it belonged? He would have got some knowledge, and he would have known, oh, okay, let me get some Levites and let me get them on here to carry this thing. But no, David did it because he thought it was a good idea. He thought that this would be a good way. I mean, it's like, duh, I'm going to put it on a cart. How else would I do it? But notice, unlike when he went to war, he didn't ask the Most High how I should proceed in this manner. He didn't ask. And that's the problem. Sometimes we do stuff because we think it's a good idea. We do things because we have a skill set in a certain area, and that's where we're comfortable at. But being comfortable doesn't mean that the Most High wants you to do that. When I did the show, what was it? The last live I did like 2 weeks ago, where I had folks, coming up. That was an uncomfortable point for me because, I like to have things decent and in order, and I be having things planned out. So this created unknown variables. I don't like unknown variables. I am a person that plans things through. I don't like it when things pop up unknowingly. I do plan for some unknown variables, but it's like you can only plan for so much. So I try to minimize unknown variables because that is out of control. And that's the point. Sometimes when a thing is out of your control, that's when the Most High will have you go there just because he wants you to know to lean on him and not lean on your own understanding. A lot of us, we think, oh, well, because the Most High gave us authority over demons, I'm going to run around and fight demons everywhere. No. Did he tell you to do that? There was a man, Tudor Bismarck, that I remember he was talking about how he was walking around the UK and praying. He thought he saw like a big principality over there. He was going to pray against it. And the Most High said, don't you pray against that. He said, I ain't call you to do that. Do what I told you to do. I told you to go around here and pray like this. I ain't tell you to pray against that. Leave that alone. Don't mess with that. That ain't your fight. That ain't where you at. A lot of times we suffer because we're trying to pick up fights that we were not meant to fight. David had Uzzah die for no reason. He died not for no reason. He died because of disobedience. Disobedience, because we can't treat Yah's thing common. Yah is not common. Just because we have been giving a gift, we shouldn't treat it as a common thing. If we are going to do something for the Most High, we have to make sure that we are led and inspired by the Most High and not our own good idea. Again, just because you can doesn't mean you should. This is one of the primary reasons why the Most High limited technological access to us, not because he wanted to keep us ignorant and dumb. That's what the fallen watchers would have you think. All the fallen angels and their little demonic demon spawn that they created would have you think, oh, well, he just want to keep things from you. And he don't want you to destroy yourself like Uzzah did. Uzzah destroyed himself really because of David, because David thought he could do things his way. And as a leader, when you do things the wrong way, sometimes it's not you who suffers, but those under you who suffer. Don't be so quick to run ahead and be a leader. Don't be so quick to run ahead and try to be the leader and try to be the one in charge and want to make decisions when you don't understand that a little casual word, a little casual thing that you do can lead to destruction for multitudes of people, not only yourself. We have to be tuned in to that still small voice so that we understand that when the Most High tell us to move, we move. When the Most High say don't move, you don't move. I don't care if it's a familiar thing and you could have did it in 5 minutes and it would be amazing, great. It could be the best thing. I'm sure that cart that David designed was amazing. It was immaculate. It probably was, it was state of the art. He had the whole thing go. It was a good cart. I'm quite sure he ain't put it on no trash. However, is that the will of the Most High, or is that your own personal will? This is the key thing that we need to keep in our minds, that we need to keep and understand, that we need to seek Yah before we do anything. Before Gideon went out, what did he do? He seeked Yah. He sought Yah. He asked him what he needed him to do and what needed to be done. Same thing with Abram. He always sought Yah. Whenever he was moving and he was about to go places, he would seek Yah. And then if he had questions about something, he would ask questions back with Yah. Well, Yah, how am I gonna have be a father of many nations and I go childless? In the church, they teach you, oh, you better not question God. Don't you question God. You better not question God. Nah. How are you gonna learn if you don't ask questions? How this nonsense in Babylon, this persona of having to know everything and having everything together is such a false, prideful persona. Ask questions. Ask questions. Seek Yah all the time. Ask questions. Y'all, I'm telling y'all all the time, like, Yah, this is how I feel about the matter. I know how I feel about it is wrong because you are perfect and I'm imperfect and I'm looking with imperfect eyes. But show me, give me, help me. I humbly come to you as your servant and ask you to help me gain clarity on this situation so that I can properly adjust my vision and see it the way you want me to see it, or to see it the way that you see it. This is what we need to do when we bring all our situations before the Most High, no matter what it is. Most High, do you want my daughter to go to this school? Do you want my son to go to this school? Do you want this or that? Like, we need to have our order step by Yah and not move because it's a good idea. Just because, oh, well, this is what everybody does, so I'm going to send my daughters off to college, and then wondering why they out there riding the penis carousel. Oh, I thought y'all was supposed to protect me. Did you seek y'all before you sent your daughter to this college school where all it is nothing but a doggone perversion fest? Did you think about that before you sent your son away to an off-site school? Now he bringing home baby mamas? Did you think about that? Did you seek the Most High, or did you just do it because that's what the world say you're supposed to do? The world say that by this age I'm supposed to have this, and by this I'm supposed to do this, so I have to do that. We have to unlearn everything that they told you. You got people running around here feeling inferior because they don't got a piece of paper from a Masonic school. You didn't get the Masonic cap on your head to get the Masonic 33rd degree so that you can be shown as a person who has knowledge. I ain't stepped foot in technical college, but I ain't stepped foot in nobody's big time university, walk nobody's stage aside from high school and do all that stuff, and I came out fine. And I'm not saying that if you go into school, that's wrong. What I'm saying is don't base everything on stuff that's not been handed to you by Yah. If Yah didn't tell you that, if Yah didn't lead you there, if Yah didn't put that in your spirit, then why are you getting hung up on it? Bring these things before the Most High Yah and stop killing Uzzah. Because a lot of times we think we be doing stuff, and this is some leftover Christian stuff that, come over, because Christianity is the religion of rebellion, right? It's the capital religion of rebellion, because all it teaches you, if you have a good idea, just do it. Oh, let's just go and do it. That's why you have Holy Wing. The first and only place I ever bob for apples, for those who don't know, that's divination. You would bob for the apple, and then you would cut the apple core, the skin off the apple as one whole core. You would cut it off as one big long piece, and then you would drop it on the ground, and then the person would divine the way that the apple core fell on the ground. I did that in the church. We didn't do the divining part, but we did the first few parts of it. Bobbing for apples at a church for Holy Wing. No, bro. We know these things as obvious as duh, but sometimes it come into other things. Did the Most High tell you to talk to that person about Yah? Did you just move without thinking? Did you say, Yah, if you want me to speak to this person, open the door for me? Hey, Yah, I feel like I should talk to this person. If you open the door, I'll speak. Hey, show me the way, and I'll make that thing happen. I'm telling you what I've done. I've been in places. I remember I went to California for a funeral, and while I was there in the church, I had just felt something in my spirit. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take this. I think I took one of the books from Minister Dante. I took one of Minister Dante's books about who we are. I can't remember which one it was. I had bought so many of his books. I bought a few of them, and I was passing them out to folks because his references and everything, like the brother, he got it. I don't like reteaching because I'm like, why reteach it when this man has put in all this work and has all that there? Go there. That's the other thing. Everybody want to be the one for this and the one for that, bro. I send people to Minister Dante's site all the time when I come across him. I'm like, bro, if you want to have more questions, there's a whole website called Black History in the Bible, and it has references on references on references. I send them links to different things that I have from him. I send them links to his books because I understand that, we don't reteach the same thing. So I went over there, and I'm in there, and I'm like, okay, y'all, I got this book on me. We here at this funeral. And I just feel like you want me to give this to somebody. So I said, okay, y'all, show me who you want me to give this to. And then this lady kind of stood out to me. She just kept standing out. I said, okay, y'all, if this is the lady that you want me to give this to, open up the door for it to happen. And sure enough, towards the end of the service, she ended up coming right nearby me. And I just walked up to her, introduced myself, and said, here, the Most High, just really put this on my heart for you to give you this book. So I want you to take this book and just read it. And that's all I said, and walked away. I don't know that lady, her name. I don't know what she did. I don't know nothing about that. I just gave it to her and followed what the Most High put in my heart to do. That's it. That's it. Now, was I feeling nervous? Absolutely. I'm like, man, I'm just here, and I don't know. People think just because I be out here and I be yapping every week and stuff like that I don't feel nervous when it comes to certain things. Like when you in a situation, like I'd be like to sit back and be quiet and just watch. That's my thing. I don't need to get in all that. Like I could just sit back and chill and just watch, especially in situations outside like that. It's in churches and all. Like I try not to. Don't get me started because I don't feel like making nobody mad in their church. I don't feel like making nobody mad when I be calling them on their nonsense. So I like to be quiet a lot of times. I like to just be to myself. And the Most High be pulling me out of that. Like, nah, bro, you got to come over here and do this. Nah, bro, you got to come over here and do this. I'm like, can't I just sit on the mountain, the Most High, and just read your word and just be happy? No, he's going to put you in situations that you don't like. But instead, it's easier to kill Uzzah because we're familiar with the cart. We're familiar with hooking the oxen up and do it. That's familiar. But see, they weren't familiar with the older ways. That David wasn't familiar. And instead of seeking Yah, he assumed upon himself and got that man killed because of his assumption, instead of moving in the way that the Most High told us. A lot of us are suffering and going through things, running in the same circles because we keep trying to do things our way, and instead of seeking Yah. We have to seek Yah on every step. It's like Michael Jackson when he's there with Billie Jean and you walking, and as soon as he take one step, the step light up. Did all the street lights light up? I mean, did all the floors light up? The floor tiles light up for him? Nah. He took one step and that one lit up. As he got ready to take the next step, the other one lit up. That's how it is. The Most High be leading us like that because he wants to teach us to trust him and trust ourselves less. To let go of our comfort. Moses was comfortable hitting the rock because he had hit a whole bunch of other stuff. It was something that was originated from him, within him, that he felt like he could control. He got to be able to do that himself to also show the people, hey, you coming against Yah, you coming against me, I'm gonna show y'all we got this. We own this. I'm gonna show y'all the power of Yah. Yah didn't tell him to do it that way, though. And because he didn't have enough faith to trust in Yah and to follow Yah's command, boom, you miss out. You miss out. When we move before Yah and we try to do things before Yah, we end up missing out and causing ourselves undue problems. Undue problems, man. Undue. So stop killing Uzzah in your life. Whenever you have something that you feel like in your spirit to do, ask the Most High. And I guarantee you can ask the Most High and he will show you. Ask the Most High, give me a sign. Show me how this is this. Show me this, and earnestly seek him. And he will give you that answer. He will show you the right way to go. He will show. Now, mind you, again, you may not like it. It won't give you a warm and fuzzy feeling in your flesh. See, a lot of times we think because we don't feel that warm and fuzzy feeling, that little tingly feeling that makes us all happy, like, yes, and running around all day and praise Yah and turning around and spinning to the point where they got to come and put the little cloth over you because you laid out, rolling on the floor, drooling on yourself. That ain't how that works. That's that nonsense. Sometimes it's gonna not make you happy. Look at Jonah. Jonah wasn't happy when he went to Nineveh. He had beef with them niggas. He's like, I know if I go to them, the Most High gonna forgive them. I don't want them niggas to be forgiven. I want them niggas to suffer. He was on his To Kill a Mockingbird. Yes, I hope they go to hell. I hope they die. They go to hell and they burn in hell. He was out there screaming like Samuel L. Jackson. he was trying to he was on a To Kill a Nineveh type mindset. That's where he was trying to roll. But because he didn't go the way Yah told him to go, he suffered. Now, we see that when the Most High give us clear directions, we understand that. But sometimes we move in our own direction and don't realize that we be bringing about our own problems. I can't blame the Most High, Yah, for 2 failed marriages when I moved out in lust instead of moving out in him. That's not his fault. That's my fault. That's my choices. That's what I did. I chose 2 poor candidates for a wife because I was moving in lust, because of my heart, instead of seeking him and his heart. The things that I have done that have caused me problems are because of my heart and not seeking Yah. That's the point that we got to get to. You got to stop when the pain is growing. It's like you got to stop and say, Yah, what am I doing wrong? Where am I? Show me where I'm supposed to go. Because sometimes, now don't get it twisted, sometimes the pain is what you're supposed to be in. Because again, that discomfort, don't get pain and discomfort mixed up with a spanking. You'll know the difference. this difference, because when you're doing what the Most High tells you to do, he will show you. When David was in the first, 2 Samuel 5, and he went and inquired of the Lord, look at here. And then it said, the David came to Baal, we're going to 2 Samuel 5:20. David came to Baal Perazim. See that name? And David smote them there and said, the Lord, the Yah has broken forth upon my enemy. See how that same phrase that he used for Uzzah, the same thing that happened here. He broke forth upon them because he was using the will of Yah. He was in the will of Yah. So that's when God was able to break forth on his enemies. And he said, my enemies before me as the breach of waters. Therefore, he called the name of that place Baal Perazim. And there they left their images, and David and his men burned them. He just went on a spree because he was moving with the Most High. We need to make sure that no matter what we're doing, even if it's something that you have 30 years experience in, you're the number one in your field, you know you could do this thing inside and out, you still need to seek Yah before you just run and do a thing. You still need to seek that if it's okay and permissible from the Most High for you to use the gifting that he has given you for this matter. But the gifts that we have are not our own. The wisdom that the Most High has given me is not mine. Because on my own, I'm an idiot. I'll just tell you straight up. Without Yah, I'm an idiot. I'm a fallen, foul man. But I have been restored and given wisdom because of Yahusha and my trust and my following in Yahusha and allowing him to make me and keep beating down the nonsense in me. That's how I can move with wisdom. Only when I move in the will of the Most High Yah, not on my own. And to make sure I'm not moving on my own, I have to constantly make sure I seek him so I don't kill Uzzah. So, with that said, that's what I wanted to bring out today, man. Like I said, it's getting crazy, but what we need to realize is we need to draw closer to Yah, and we need to make sure that we are getting our souls correct, that we're ejecting as much of Babylon out of us as possible. So that way, when things really, really, really get to the high pitch point of no return, because we are already there, but we're not there just yet, but it's coming. It's fast coming. It is so we can follow the will of Yah. For those who don't know, I'm going to tell you right now, go get you some water. Go get water and store some water. Get those little 5-gallon things, at the store. Get you a couple of them and just buy some every paycheck, or do it however you need to do it, because they're playing games with water right now. And this is going to be the next big piece of nonsense that they're going to start doing, and pretending that there's a water shortage because of data centers and these quote unquote hacks that are going on. That these data centers don't eat water like that. I'm telling you as a person who's been in these big data centers, and I've been actually just saw a video earlier this week from an engineer who said the same thing that I said. It's not because of the data centers and stuff. Do you know in 2019, and it kicked in around the early 2020, they changed water to be a commodity on the commodities market? For those who don't understand, there's a market on the stock exchange called commodities, where they take the things freely given by Yah and they turn it into this gambling platform to control and monopolize various things that the Most High has given us freely. And now they've turned water into a commodity. What this means is, just like how oil is available from the earth, but they pretend like it's rare and they dole it out and charge you all kinds of nonsense for it, they're going to do the same thing with water. They're about to do the same thing with water. They're about to limit it and try to hold the control of it. And it may end up being like a COVID situation where they're like, we have water banks, but for the safety of the people at the water bank, you have to be vaccinated to come pick up your water, your daily ration of water. So if you're not vaccinated, you can't have your ration of water. You don't think that's going to come? I know a lot of people thought that it would never come a day. If you would have told somebody back in 2020 to lean on Yah and trust in Yah and get your spirit, your soul right, knowing who the Amorites are won't save you from the sword. Knowing all the history of the Nephilim and the secrets that they put in about all this different high technology and stuff won't save you from the sword. But a spirit that is yielded to the Most High Yah, that follows that still small voice that is Yahusha, that guides us down the way, that is the only way to avoid this coming calamity. Is to lean into the Most High Yah and to prune your spirit. Cultivate a spirit that is a soul that is appropriate, that is pleasing to the Most High Yah. That is the only way. That is the only way. Look, it's funny. They got me buffering and all this other stuff. Like, I had no issues with internet until today, and I usually don't have internet issues. That just let me know. The enemy don't want the enemy mad. Again, I'm an IT guy. You know what I'm saying? It's this buffering and all this stuff. This is nonsense. It's absolute nonsense because the enemy don't want us to be tapped in to the Most High Yah. He don't want us tapped in to what he's telling us to do. Because when you tap into Yah, they can't, you again, the death angel avoided all the people who had the blood over their doorpost. So if you got the blood in your doorpost, your soul, the doorpost of your soul, if you have his word written on your heart, that's how you survive. That's how you can get by. Because he'll lead you to something that may sound crazy. It may sound crazy to run outside and hide in these bushes for 5 minutes, but the Most High may do that and tell you, and you may pass up a calamity. People thinking you sitting there like Smokey from Friday and hiding in the bushes, but no, you actually out here listening to the Most High Yah and avoiding calamity. I'm just saying that to be saying Most High, he's gonna lead everybody the way he do it. All I'm saying is we need to make sure that we're listened into his voice and tapped in. You make appropriate preparations, but at the end of the day, the Most High is the one. I used to stress about whether I had enough for my go bag and all this other stuff. And then I'm like, you know what? I just get what I need to get, and I trust Yah for the rest. They no sense in stressing over that. Trust Yah. That's where the rest comes from. Not that you're blind to what's going on, but you are just putting your trust solely in Yah. You do the things that make sense to prepare. And then the rest of the way for the things you can't see and that you can't understand, that you can't, because at the end of the day, there's all sorts of things that they can do to bypass any of your preparations. So that's why at the end of the day, you got to trust in Yah. Be prepared, but ultimately Yah is the final resource, not my go bag, not any savings that I got set up, not any crypto that I may have tucked away, not any kind of investments that I have. None of that mess will save you. Only trusting in Yah and following his word and doing what he tells you to do will save you. You got so many people out here trying to trust in mammon to save them. Oh, I'm doing it. Did the Most High tell you to invest in all that crypto? Did the Most High tell you to go and put all your money in this man-made investment thing? Did the Most High tell you to hide gold under your bed? Did the Most High tell you to do these things? We got to seek the Most High. That's all I'm saying. We got to seek the Most High and stop allowing our flesh and our fear to get us out of his will, because that's what that ultimately is fear. So you want to go to something that's comfortable. You want to go to your comfortable place. No, stop killing Uzzah, man. He's had enough. We all got an Uzzah that we've murdered during our time of ignorance and Yah. It's time to let that man rest. Stop killing Uzzah. So with that being said, everybody, man, I really, like I said earlier, get yourself, some water and stuff like that, and just, trust in Yah. Ain't no time to be afraid. It's a time to be cautious and to be mindful of the times. It's a time to understand that what's going on, but it's a time to also understand that if I put my soul trust in Yah and I'm hearing his word, he won't leave me nor forsake me. He won't lead me down the path to destruction. He's going to lead me beside still waters. And there may be a whole battle being fought behind you, but the waters are still. So, with that being said, I appreciate y'all for joining me, and I'll see y'all again next week. Y'all have a blessed day.
Yeah, drama, that's a hard set. Hater, that's a hard set. Middle with no reason in the middle, that's a hard set. Wicked, that's a hard set. Righteous, that's a hard set. Still do it when the world don't like us, that's a hard set. Drama, that's a hard set. Hater, that's a hard set. Middle with no reason in the middle, that's a hard set. Wicked, that's a hard set. Righteous, that's a hard set. Still do it when the world don't like us, that's a hard set. Big strip, all I seen the carrot, law ambassador. Big G, got me feeling merry and spectacular. Fell out, never fall again. Took me for a spin, held off, put a lot of friends who were all pretend. All the steam, made it out the bucket, with no bottom feeder. Big bread, but I like it flat, like I'm baking Peter. Living free, ain't no puffing up, gotta eat it slowly, set apart. Ain't no holy moly, I come from nigga from that section. Ain't no false impression on the move. Got a job to finish, time is of the essence. But how she gave us the rules, leave us there you choose. This the life, got a point to prove.